Good morning, everybody. Welcome, Virgo, into your reading, guys. This reading will be with you for the next 2.5 weeks of time, from the 9th of September until the 19th or the 20th of September. You got the 9 of Swords, as I said, 9th. Okay. All right. So this will be for Sun, Moon, Rising, Virgo with Venus and Jupiter in your individual planetary positions around this portion in time. You know the drill, guys. Whatever resonates with you, take it. Whatever doesn't, leave it. Check your moon and your rising signs, okay? So with the word 9, you get the 9 of Swords. So you're coming close to ending some worry, some situation that has been bothering you for quite some time. You know, some of you guys could be not sleeping well in the night, could be facing a lot of depression in yourself with worries, anxiety, pain, guilt, whatever that situation is for everybody in their life, okay? So, yeah, you're coming close to that situation of ending your anxiety, your worry that has been holding you in your self for quite some time. So let's call upon a spirit guide, angel, ancestors, my divine source into this reading for you, Virgo. And let's see what your message, your guidance is in here talking about. Okay. Let's see the energies. Now, when we get the energies, we also have to know what we have to do with that, right? It's also a guiding factor. If you have good energies, you still need guidance to know how to work with those good energies. If you have a mix of good and bad energies, you still need guidance to know what is that you have to pay attention to and what is that you don't have to pay attention to. If you have got some kind of bad, worrisome energies, that too, guidance is very essential in your case, Virgo. You start your reading with the 9 of Pentacles. That's your energy in here. Let's see. Let's move forward, Virgo. Some of you guys could be still single, right? Waiting for something good to happen. You could be in a good place, organizing yourself, looking after your situation, right? Again, it's the 9. So whatever has been the cause of worry in your situation, Virgo, will definitely improve as I'm getting the message here, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, the 2 of Wands. Yeah, there is something that you are definitely intuitively manifesting in your life. For some, it could be courage as well, right? Getting into the energy of saying to yourself that it is possible to be happy by yourself, right? The courage to make yourself happy. The courage to organize your own priorities in your life. The courage to work for your own rewards in your life, right? The Page of Wands. Yeah, this could be a delay that you have in your life. Some of you will see what's going on, but some of you guys could have been facing a delay in this situation, right? So many of you have gone into that portion of your life with this delay. For somebody could be observing you change your lifestyle. Somebody who knows you could be an air sign, right? And is very focused on the way that you are working towards your courage, towards your situation. It also could be that, or else you could be in that state of feeling that things should have improved earlier on, and there has been a delay. So you have to pick up that courage in order to get over that situation of delay. Middle of the reading, you get the Eight of Swords. So there is some kind of a situation in your life that involves the exchange of money or karma with the Six of Coins, right? Balancing that situation in the right proportion towards something in your life that you want to achieve. But the middle of the reading with the Eight of Swords talks about a situation where you're feeling kind of trapped in your head over the situation. The Eight and the Nine of Swords, yeah. You could be worrying about the situation as to how you can financially be independent in your life for some. Getting a clarity of that situation. People could be telling you, there could be communication with regards to the situation that you will get messages from, which in turn will help you to build your courage. The Nine of Wands. You get a lot of nine, guys. Okay. The Seven of Pentacles. So from the 7 to the 9, or to the 6 and the 9, so you are going a little bit back and forth on this situation here, because this is a turning point that's coming up in your life with the 7, right? You want to invest your money, your time, your energy, your love, whatever that situation can be for each one, into something that yields you back the right result, right? Because it could be that earlier you have gone through this period of crisis. That's when you get the 8 and the 9 of Swords, where you might have invested your energy in places or in situations where you feel that you haven't received your rewards in your life. You were not doing the right thing, right? You were giving it without thinking, maybe, possibly, or you were doing things because you were being called to do it, or you were being forced to do it, whatever that situation could have been in your case, Virgo, because this is your energy too. So what I'm getting from this energy, guys, the Wheel and the Five of Cups, and the World. You're looking at a change. You're taking a very realistic approach with the Knight of Pentacles. You're looking at a very realistic approach towards a close of a situation, right? But you know that you have to be realistic. You just can't run forward and do things. You have to be realistic of how much you can afford to give. You have to be realistic with other situations in your life that probably you still have with you, right? So whatever decision that you are taking in order to close a chapter of your life that involves, a lot of disappointment, a lot of grief that you have been looking at, right? You don't want to sit in that it's been a learning lesson. It also could be that, like I said, you have invested in places, in situations that you have not been rewarded to or with, right? And you have gone through that crisis of grief and pain, disappointment with your emotions because what you wanted, you haven't got that. And it's been a learning lesson in your case. What you now need to do in order to restructure the whole situation for yourself. You're looking at a complete restructuring of your own situation, for which you need a very, very practical effort. You have to be practical. You have to be realistic. You just can't do what your mind or heart is like. Your mind is telling you, okay, you have so much of money. Your heart is telling you, I don't care. Whatever I have, I'll make ends meet. But again, there is a balance between your heart and mind that calls for a very realistic approach, because some of you guys could be really thinking very seriously on this subject in here, where you were like, I had enough of this grief, I had enough of this disappointment, and I want to close the chapter. But at the same time, this thought is circulating in your mind that it's okay for me to close something which I want to because I've learned my lesson. But at the end of the day, there is also a part of me that calls for a practical, grounded, and a realistic approach towards a situation that calls for abundance, bringing back abundance with the wheel, with the time change, right? There is a time change. There is a change of cycle that you want to achieve, you want to go forward, you want to make things happen. That's where this is the turning point, right? This is the turning point. You're thinking about this. You're putting a lot of effort into this ongoing process, Virgo, where you know that you have to change or the time will change it for you, whatever the situation, right? So now is the question of how you do things in a more rewarding way, in the sense that whatever you do, whatever you invest your time, energy, money, your emotions into, should be a new change, should be something that brings you back your reward, because you have learned a lesson that tells you that you can't repeat that same mistake once again. Because if you repeat that same mistake, you won't get back what you're looking for, right? So that is where the Nine of Pentacles is talking about your rewards in life, right? You're looking at your rewards, your fruition, whatever you are investing in, whether it's stock, offshore, any kind of other investment, should bring you back the right quality of reward, so that you don't have to worry about your money, you don't have to worry about your situation. It's like everything is kind of with you. You want that. So wherever you think of investing, or wherever you're thinking of putting in your money, your time, your energy, you are being very practical about the situation, that not only should it bring you back your reward, but it also should give you back your financial independence, right? So you're looking at something, you are kind of intuitively working on this situation more so. You're building back that courage. Maybe some of you guys have not really had that courage to do things independently or think for yourself independently. You may have been thinking of other situations before you had the scope to think for yourself, right? So it's very important now, Virgo. That's a message. It's very important for you guys now to think for yourself, Pay attention to yourself. Pay attention to what you really want for yourself. Don't get all puzzled and caught up in, oh, if I do this, this will be not right for the other person, or if I do that, that will not be right for the other person. Don't get caught up in all the other person, other situations. Learn to think for yourself independently as a person, as an identity, right? Because only when you learn to think independently for yourself as an identity, as a person, that's where your thoughts will be. That's where your thoughts will be, because this is where there has been a delay in the situation. You really haven't given time to think independently for yourself, right? That's why there has been a delay, because you might have got caught up in a lot of other situations, a lot of other things that took your attention away. So you were not being very focused on your own self, to pay attention to your own work, to your own self. Some of you guys could be working on something very independently, on some kind of a profession, right? So it's very important to pay attention to that situation. Because if you don't pay attention to your money, to your health, to your wealth, you will not be able to receive that reward, right? So for you, it's time. That's what they're saying. It's time for you, because you're at a turning point in your life. So it's very important for you to reorganize, respect yourself, right? Pay attention to your work. Pay attention to the details. It could be some kind of legal situation for some of you. That could be in the way where you have to sign some papers, some documents, whatever that situation is in your life, Virgo. So you have to pay very close and minute attention to details, and don't get caught up in thinking that, oh, if I do this, this will be wrong. If I do that, that will be wrong. No. If you think in a very, think of yourself on a straight path, right? If you deviate your thinking process, if you get mixed up, oh, if I do this, then it will be wrong. If I do that, it will be wrong. Then you won't be able to think straight. So for you to think straight, you have to choose your road. It's very important, right? You have to choose your road. Only when you know that you are on the right, because if you are stuck in a crossroad, for some of you, and you really cannot decide what is the right action, what you need to do, because intuitively you want to do it, right? You're building up that courage, but then it can be that you are again stuck at a crossroad, right? So for you to get out of that crossroad situation, you have to work independently, think independently, learn to stick to one particular route, and don't get deviated in other areas of your life. Be very focused on your path to choose the road that is going to bring you back your success in your life. Or else, again, there will be a delay. There will be a delay. So if you have to sign some documents, some papers, some contract, anything that involves legalities, you have to choose the right direction. That if you think this is the right thing for you, do it. Right? Listen to your intellect as well. Pay close attention to anything that is on the paper at this point in time for your successful venture, whatever that success story in your life is talking about at this point. So this is where they are saying that you have to be very, very sharp in yourself in order to revive your financial situation, right? In order to revive your financial situation, because some of you guys could be in touch with somebody in your life who could be acting as your financial advisor to bring back that stability in your life, right? So, in order to bring back that stability in your life, you have to pay close attention to what this person is telling you or will be telling you, right? Because, like I said, you could be at a crossroad, you could be a little bit um, what is the word? You could be a little bit worried about whether you're doing the right thing or not, whether this money that you are investing in will bring you back your reward and financial independence. So, for which you require the help of somebody in your life who can guide you in the right direction, who can tell you the right thing, but you have also to pay close attention to the words being spoken or the direction being given, not necessarily a financial advisor. It could be even somebody who is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, maybe, may not be, but who by themselves is a very stable personality, knows how to increase their money in their life, knows what and where situations are improving, knows what to do, knows how to invest, knows how to get back the right returns, right? But you have to pay very, very close attention to that particular situation, because some of you guys could be closed off at this point, could be very well closed off, you know. You might be thinking that, oh, it's not possible. Whatever this person is telling me, it's not possible. Whatever it is that is stuck in my head, I'm not ready to let it go, right? Being very negative, not paying attention to what this person is telling you, trying to tell you, you have to be. Because if your mind is closed, with worries, with tension, with stress, with everything, if you keep your mind closed, you will not be able to bring back your confidence either, right? Because somewhere you will always be feeling um, not too confident about your own stability, right? So that is happening because you are keeping your mind closed towards your own stability in your life, because somewhere you're telling yourself that, ah, no, that's not possible. You know, this person, if this is somebody else in your life, Virgo, whatever this person is saying, it's okay, but it's not possible. Your mind is closed. And if you keep your mind closed, obviously you will not hear the messages. Because there could be something over here with the Six of Pentacles that you're worried about. You're worried about, right? Maybe that is where your mind is closed, because somewhere you feel that you cannot let go your power or your control over the domination of your money, right? So this person could be advising you to let that domination go, and you're like, no. You're telling yourself, I can't do that. Because somebody could be very well telling you, let that domination and power go, right? Because if this is an unbalanced situation where you have been possibly investing your time and energy and money and everything, and you're not getting back the right reciprocity, you could be the person who is only giving and you're not receiving back, right? So this advisor here could be telling you that you don't need to do that, and you're like, no, I can't do that, and you're keeping your mind closed. You're not hearing, and you're not ready to hear, you're not ready to receive that advice, because this person or this situation wants to give you back your financial independence, right? But here is the story. So if you want it, because you could be feeling that you are at a crossroad, you don't know what to do, which means that if you have to segregate something from a situation, sign some legal document, right? It could be inheritance, it could be something, that money that you're sharing with somebody. So if you have to sign a legal document which kind of divides that the Six of Pentacles, that the money you have or the control, a part of that money is yours, right? A part of that money is still yours. You feel that you own it, right? And this person could be probably saying that take your part of the share and leave the rest and free yourself, right? And you're like, no, I can't do that. You could be telling yourself, no, I can't do that because it's not possible. It's not possible because I still have people in my life, who is also a part of that give and take, the Three of Cups, right? And I'm emotionally tied up. It could be your brother, it could be your sister, your family, whoever that situation is. They too own a part of this money here, or they too have a share of that same money that you have, right? So it's a 50-50 situation here, that somebody could be telling you it's okay, you leave that 50 for them and you take the rest 50 and free yourself, right? That could be the advice, but here it is. And you're like, no, I can't do that, because which means that I let go of the whole situation. I let go of the whole control, because I still have people who is a part of that inheritance, or who still is a part of that Six of Pentacles, right? So how do I free myself from this situation? How do I get out of that situation, take my share and move, right? You want to do that, but you're finding it difficult because of this particular situation, because if you take your share and you try to move out, it means that you're letting go your control and domination over what is happening in this situation here. So you will have no say. You will have no say in this situation anymore. You get my point? So you're finding that a little bit difficult to accept. The probability of accepting that kind of a situation where you feel that you won't have any say over anything anymore, if you take your part and move away and leave the rest on this crowd with whom you could be still emotionally somewhere in touch, or they are emotionally in touch with you and could be dependent on you for this give and take, right? For some as well. So if you tell yourself that I cannot give you any more because I want to take care of myself, you feed yourself, you clothe yourself, you do what you have to, I leave you with a part of this share, right? I leave you with a part of this share, but the rest of the situation is completely on you. So that is what the advice is being given to you, but you are finding it a little bit difficult because this is where your worry is with this crowd in here. This is where you're going through some kind of mental anxiety. Like I said, you will have no control over that situation anymore. Because if you, like I said, if you take your part of the share, if you move, obviously you're letting go of your control and domination over what they have to do with whatever they have in their kitty, right? And the second is, somewhere you feel that if you take your part of the share and leave the rest for this crowd in here, which means it could be a third party situation in your case as well. It also means that somewhere you feel that they are dependent on you to provide them with the necessary funding, money, energy, time, whatever, right? And this is kind of causing you some anxiety, because you're not being able to completely pull yourself away from that situation here, right? Though you want to, but you're at a crossroad over here, Virgo. You want to pull away from that situation because, like I said, you have learned a lesson. You definitely have learned a lesson where you want to be realistic now. You want to take a very practical, realistic, grounded approach towards the close. But at the same time, because you know, okay, this is also what I'm getting, because you know that if you do not close that old cycle, you will not be happy as a person, because you will always be giving and giving and giving, and you're not receiving back anything for some of you, right? So you know that disappointment, you have learned, you have done that before. And how disappointed, because this is the three dented cups, that you have given so much but you haven't received back anything from the same crowd of people who are still very much emotionally codependent on your on you, right? So that is where you're finding it a little bit of a problem to understand how and where you need to be very practical in order, because the turning point is coming, or for some it is already here. So you have to be very focused on this subject, because then you get the 9 of Wands, right? So there could be a situation that you're finding it difficult to accept, and you're also trying to be very brave, very resilient. But for some, it also could mean a very stubborn energy, and that stubborn energy is coming because you want to leave that 9 and you want to do your own stuff as well, right? You want to leave that worry, the guilt, the pain, the shame, and you're coming to the point of saying to yourself that it doesn't matter what is going to happen or what will happen. And you're being very stubborn about your own desires for some, right? You want to do that. You want to be here. You want to be here, right? So some of you could be even, being very stubborn about your understanding in this situation, but at the same time, that stubbornness is because you're finding it a little bit difficult to balance what you desire and your responsibilities more so, right? You're finding it a little bit difficult to understand how you balance your desire and your responsibility at the same time. So that is where you're trying to take a very grounded and practical approach towards a situation, because on one hand, like I said, you have learned your lesson. You definitely have gone through a learning lesson of your emotions. So you know that it is a difficult situation, guys. I'm not saying it's going to be easy for you, because you're trying to fight that worry and that shame and that guilt off, and you're trying to tell yourself, no, I'm going to do it. But again, on the other hand, you're feeling stuck with this thought of letting the whole situation go from your end in order to come out of this and be free of all that particular issues that is being surrounding you for quite some time, right? Because to reach the 9, you have been fighting this for quite some time here, right? It's also the energy of surrendering your power and authority to this, right? Telling yourself that, okay, fair enough, do what you have to do. I surrender this power and authority. I'm letting it go and let me live my life. So some of you guys could be even very stubborn in your thinking process for that matter, or some of you guys could be very stubborn in giving up this situation completely to relieve yourself and free yourself from this. That's why you probably could be at a crossroad. You probably could be at a crossroad here because you are not sure if you can manage to do both, like have your freedom, have your independence, but at the same time, you know, giving up your control, giving up your domination over a situation that you have learned a lesson, you're not happy over there, and you will never be happy because that has been a learning lesson for you. So if you don't take a call on this situation, right, Virgo, if you don't take a call on this situation, you also know that you will never be able, because this delay has already happened because you failed to take a call on this situation here, right? So therefore, you could be in that energy, right, when you're reaching the end of the story, but this energy is still there, where you still have to take a real solid call on this situation here. Please talk to me about the Nine of Wands. I want to see this. The Ace of Cups. Yeah, see, you want to be happy. You want to be happy from your heart. You want to be happy, and you're kind of being very stubborn, not letting that heart open as well for some. You're fighting, you're being very resilient with regards to your emotions. You're not letting that emotional heart approach you. You're fighting that energy because you know, Virgo, that if you let go of the stubbornness and follow your heart, you will have to come out of this situation. That is what the situation is in your case, Virgo. See, the Five of Wands. Yeah, because you also could be fearing a lot of drama if you do that, right? Once you do that, there could be a lot of drama because there are still a crowd around you who needs that attention from you with regards to the situation. So they probably are very, that group of people could be very highly competitive in themselves because they do things for themselves, right? They take things from you, but they are in tough competition with one another to prove themselves better than you as well. But the money, this thing, everything they're grabbing from you, right? And this is also a card for me. It talks about a lot of drama. That once you tell the truth, once you let the truth be out, Virgo, this group of people will create a lot of drama. When you tell them that you love somebody, you want to follow that heart, you want to get married, because you could be single, right? You also could be single for some of you. So it'll be a very difficult situation in that case, right? That's where you're feeling stuck about this situation here. Some of you also, this is also what I'm getting, guys, that if you follow your heart and you say, okay, I want to get married to somebody, I want to live with somebody, not even marriage, maybe have a live-in relationship, whatever the situation. But again, that means that you could be disowned from your inheritance for some. Whatever you have, some of you may have to let go of that inheritance, right? So there will be drama. Please talk to me about the Eight of Swords. So that is also a part of the story, right? Where you're kind of feeling that energy, that it's time to make that move towards your heart, right? But at the same time, these issues are there, which is kind of stopping you. You're at a crossroad where you feel stuck between this situation with somebody else or some situation that is still there in your life and with the situation that you want to be a part and parcel of, right? Please talk to me about the Eight of Swords here. So you're definitely the Sun, okay? Yeah. You want to be happy, Virgo. You're not happy wherever you are. You're not a very happy person at all. You want to relieve yourself of that mental energy, be happy. You want to be free. You want to enjoy the sunshine, go anywhere you like, do anything you like, right? You want to come out of that energy. You want to relieve yourself from that energy, the Three of Cups. Yeah, you want to have new friends maybe. For some of you, you're thinking about reconciliation with a new tribe, with a new community. You want to feel happy with other people, people who give you back your happiness, people who make you smile, people who make you dance, right? People who bring a lot of growth and fertility in terms of you being social or being socially active once again in your life. Because wherever you are, you probably are not having friends. You have a third party situation, but that third party situation is only about money. They're not bringing happiness in your life. So you want people around you who make you happy now, who give you back your happiness, where you can sing and dance with joy, where there is somebody in your life, Virgo, that you know that you have to stand up and tell the truth here for some of you, right? You could be silent about the situation. You have not said what it is that is happening. To say that, you need a lot of courage. To say something about somebody, declare some secret that you haven't spoken about, maybe a secret love affair, maybe somebody in your life that you haven't talked about to other people, right? And you have kept that in hiding for a long time. So to tell the truth, to bring out that secret, you need to have that stability in your life as well, Virgo. So that stability is money for you, right? That stability is money, because you could be fearing, like I said, you could be feeling that you can be disowned. You have to let go control of that situation, whatever that situation has been, where you had dependent people taking things from you, right? So if you have to take that situation out of your life and reveal the truth, you haven't spoken the truth, you haven't talked the truth, you haven't said a word, you have been silent about the situation, because somewhere you feel that you're still not in a very stable place to say anything at this point in time, right? So this is where the issue has been for you, Virgo, around this portion in time, right? But you want to change. You want to change your destiny. You want to bring back, see, and you have to take a call. You have to take a call now. From hiding things, from hiding emotions, you have to reveal that. You have to let people know. You have to bring it out in the open. You cannot keep something, whatever that situation is in your life, you cannot keep it under covers for way long. You know what I mean? That situation will have to come to life, because you are coming closer to your understanding that you want to bring back some kind of faith and purpose and hope in your life from all the fear, misinterpretations, dread, illusions that you have been suffering from with regards to exposing something in the public. in the public or in public, or letting people know exactly what you are hiding for whatever amount of time, right? So that situation is something that you still haven't spoken about, right? You haven't declared what you have in hiding and what you're still not talking about in yourself or to other people, because you definitely want to move towards some kind of reconciliation and happiness in your life. Because, like I said, wherever you are, you're not happy at all. But the problem is with money here, guys. The problem is with your factor of stability, which is where you are quiet and you haven't said what needs to be told. Because you know the moment you say it, there will be a lot of drama in regards to money, where you probably will have to leave that situation or have no control and power over what others do with that part of your money, where you also have your share. It's like, you want to take your share and move away, but on the other hand, you're feeling a little bit iffy about the whole situation, because that means that you are letting the situation or this control get out of your life. You don't want them to come back and ask you for anything, right? You're just like, okay, this is your part of the share. You take it, have fun, but don't come back to me. You get my point? So this is where that little struggle I'm getting is, when you're trying to be very practical in yourself, in your understanding that if you declare this to move out, and if you follow your heart to move out, A, there will be a lot of drama, and B is somewhere you're still not very grounded to face objections from other people, right, with regards to your heart, whatever you want to do. So you're feeling a little bit unstable right now over this situation here, because this is what is going on in and around your energy part of the story at this point in time. So you're kind of being quiet about this situation. You're not letting anybody else know until the time comes, which will come, Virgo, because there is a close which will come where you will get back your stability. And that is where you're focused on. You have moved from the 6 to the 7. So your focus is changing towards a turning point, towards the 8 of Pentacles. Towards the 9 of Pentacles, right? So you're kind of slowly wrapping up the old cycle of being unstable as well. And you're trying to gather and bring back that stability factor in your life that will also allow you to move towards your desire, which is your heart's calling. Okay, so enjoy this reading, guys. Until I see you once again, till then, goodbye, God bless, Khuda Hafiz, and Namaste.